transferred.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Hader.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-85, a resolution accepting a bid and awarding a contract for the 2013 sanitary sewer extension project and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract for the aforementioned project.
This will award the bid to Wunsch Construction. The work cannot start until the trailers are removed, and there's still 5 trailers on the property.
Do we have a deadline on those at all or not, or is it just,
They have received a reminder notice as of, actually, I think it went out today in the mail, that they have a deadline of September 15th, I believe.
so a month? Okay.
So, I believe, we know 2 of them are leaving. One's North Central Aftercare, they'll obviously remove theirs. And then another one is lined up to move. So there's only 3 left that are questionable. And, you know, if we do end up in a situation where there's 3 left, that's actually pretty decent out of 11, so.
Just demolish them all?
Yeah,
out there with them.
file the required legal actions and, you know, demolish them.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Hader.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-86. A resolution approving pay estimate number 3 from Sand Construction Supply of Humboldt, Iowa, in the amount of $17,646.96 for the 2013 downtown demolition project.
Sand is close to closing out their portion of the project. They have some cleanup and patching of pavement to do before the engineer can sign off. Really, the walls look fantastic if you get a chance. They did a great job on the tuck pointing and
Wrapping them.
you know, really quality work there, so.
Very nice.
Is the landscaper supposed to put the benches in and?
Yes. The benches, we actually pulled those out. Those are being taken care of by the city.
Oh, okay.
Because they're memorial benches, so
Right.
rather than trying to coordinate with the landscaper on the benches, it was, just made more sense to pull them out in the city, order them all, get all the memorials right. So those are ordered. The concrete work, there's still arguments that are existing because they put in the concrete work, and when they stamped it, their pressure was uneven, so some parts are higher than others, and there was lips, and it wasn't stamped evenly. So we gave them the opportunity. The engineer, myself and Clayton and Dana met with the landscaper and gave them an opportunity to try and correct whatever the deficiencies in the concrete, which there's not a whole lot of options when it comes to concrete as far as correcting it, other than to try and sand it. When they sand it, they expose the aggregate underneath it. So now we're giving them the orders to remove the concrete and replace. It's just poor stamping, really some pretty significant deficiencies. You know, the idea is, you know, would you put this in front of your place of business or your home? Then that's the level that I want when we put it in for the city. It's just things you can't look past, you know, and especially right next to the statue.
Right.
You know, everything else looks great. It's a huge improvement. It'll be a beautiful plaza, but you know, it was hard to overlook that. It was somewhat of a trip hazard, and it also had the potential to pool water and pop the concrete. So, just too many problems to really overlook. So.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Slater.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Hader.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-87. A resolution approving pay estimate number 6 from Wunsch Construction Incorporated of Green Island in the amount of $290,439.80 for the 2012 Eagle Ridge Addition project.
This one's also nearly complete. The home construction has started on 3 lots. The new lights and streets look fantastic. I actually had the first opportunity to go up there at night and take a look at how
Those look nice.
it was lit up, and it really, you know, good spacing on the lights, not too bright. You know, streets look nice. It'll be great to get the homes in there.
Move to approve.
Seconded. Roll call vote.
Rusher.
Aye.
Hader.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-88. A resolution approving pay estimate number 3 from Wench Construction Incorporated of Green, Iowa, in the amount of $32,590.91 for the 2013 infrastructure improvement project.
This is the project that Clint talked about earlier. Had the river crossing valve replacement, several patches, some crack sealing, lots of just random water infrastructure maintenance and improvement. But Wunsch is almost complete with this, and once they get they've got some work on the old water tower that they need to complete as far as the valves around there, and then they'll be done with this project.
Move to approve?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Hader.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
The next one now, we would take a,
Make a motion to table the next resolution till the next meeting?
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013 do you want me to change that to 89 then, Gloria, or not?
Are we gonna do this one still, or will that one be?
Well, I guess this will be a discussion. The resolution is authorizing funds for low, moderate set-aside funds, moderate income set-aside funds to be used by the Humboldt County Housing Development Corporation.
For this particular property, or just in general?
Well, that's the thing is, they could use it towards the South Humboldt property too. So, I mean, you can still transfer the funds. The idea was to use it on that specific lot. They could be used.
And these people may change their mind or not come back to whoever,
I mean, the reality is, I don't know where else these funds would go to get really used. I mean, the Humboldt County Housing group is really the only one that's going to
Right.
effectively use that amount of funds.
So do we postpone this one then too, or?
No.
or
I
do
would
we-
say just go ahead and approve it
Yeah.
and,
Okay.
for consideration.
And we'll call it 89 then.
80, okay.
You want a motion?
Yes.
Move to approve?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Slater.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Hader.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
On the ordinances, we need a motion to approve the second reading of the following proposed ordinance. An ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Humboldt, amending Chapter 167 pertaining to airport zoning regulations.
This is just simply an update of the terminology and objects and items referenced in the airport zoning regulations. One update I would say on this is the county has stalled out on approving this. I don't know what the issue is, but evidently their zoning board has taken exception with some of the items in here, which is unfortunate because this could lead to a significant increase in cost to have the engineer go back to the table. I actually went up several times and spoke with the county about this, so I don't know what to say. I would say the city should just go ahead and pass it, and I'll work to alleviate the concerns of the county zoning board. Evidently, Paul Jacobson has had concerns about this, so I don't really understand how many situations could exist that would
Right.
cause issues with this.
Well, there's no boards anyway.
Well, that's the thing, is the airport, what's causing the concern is because the Airport Zoning Board of Adjustment and the Airport Planning and Zoning Commission were both removed and city boards were put in their place. And what exists within this ordinance is minimum requirements by the FAA for airspace restrictions. As we witnessed with the water tower, even when we want something to go through, we
You can't
really
do it.
have no ability to change it. The FAA says no, and you do what the FAA tells you to. And so, even if there was an airport zoning board that was comprised of the county and the city and Dakota City and whatever, they really would have no authority to do anything anyway. So, I don't, an organization that has no authority, I don't really understand what the problem is with just using the city one and saying, by the way, you can't really appeal this. If you want to appeal it, we'll say no, and you can take it to district court, and then they'll tell you that the FAA tells you what you have to do and what you don't have to do. So, and that's why most people even skip the process of talking to the city or the county about it, because you might as well go talk directly to the FAA because they're the ones who really control what happens. So, The reason the FAA wants us to have this in here is to be somebody at the local jurisdiction that will say, you know, you can't build that house that high, you can't build, or not that house, you can't build that tower there, you can't build this in the flight path because it's gonna be a obstruction, because many times nobody consults the FAA if they don't really understand that they might be invading or breaking one of those restricted airspaces. So, that's why they wanted the local jurisdiction to pass it. So,
That we can't get,
what's that?
that we can't pass.
Yeah. So, we have a grant that was contingent upon this also passing. So, if this, we have to work out something that the county's okay with. But, you know, from my understanding, it's the possibility that somebody in the county might appeal something and not have an advocate on the board because it's all city board members. But the reality is the city board wouldn't be able to do anything anyway. It would all just go directly to the FAA, so it's more of a, kind of a puppet than anything else, so.
Does the county want somebody on the board?
Well,
If Paul wants to be on the board, to put him on the board. I'll just call him tomorrow. I'll take care of this. Okay. 2 minutes, okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Rusher? Hader?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Next, we have a motion to approve the second reading of the following proposed ordinance. An ordinance amending the Code of Ordinance of the City of Humboldt, Iowa, by amending Chapter 141 pertaining to minimum road maintenance.
this is the ordinance that allows individuals to request the city to add rock to their minimum maintenance roads, with the cost of the rock being assessed to them, and then the labor and material, or machinery time being taken care of by the city.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Hader?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Want to take a minute, Candace, and change? Okay. Are we good, Candace? We're back. That brings up the last of our regular scheduled items. Aaron?
Just a few things. The healthcare renewal for the city came through on, for the upcoming year. We have pushed back. Our renewal will be in December 1st after this last renewal, which is coming up, what was it, October
1st.
October 1st, so it'll be December 1st next year. But the renewal was an 8.87% increase. Actually, the well-marked portion was a 10% increase, but because we self-fund, it's actually only an 8% increase because we didn't have to increase our own self-funding that we do. So while that seemed like a lot to me, wasn't necessarily supportive of an 8% increase. The comment from Group Services, which is a third-party administrator, was we've seen increases, we've witnessed increases all the way up to 20 and 30% because of new healthcare laws going into effect. Some of the requirements are driving the cost up significantly. With that in mind, with the 8% increase, her comment was to budget for a 20 to 25% increase in the next budget year, because the potential for huge increases in healthcare costs is very likely with the fees that come online and everything else. There's several fees that she went over that'll take effect. So with that,
Can we just pay the fine?
with that in,
Just do that.
with that in mind, I guess the good thing is we're going to look at, there might be a chance of switching who we insure through to bring this year's amount down lower. They'll explore those opportunities. It doesn't cost us a dime. Group Services takes care of looking at that for us. So they'll explore those opportunities, and then also we got the report on the self-insurance portion where we bring the deductibles and the costs down on a higher deductible plan to a lower deductible plan, and that's again saved us a significant amount of money over the last few years. It's over $300,000 that the city saved through doing self-funding. Year after year, even bad years, it saves a significant amount of money because we budget for very conservative numbers, which is still lower than full insurance all the way down to that low deductible. So really, really works out well. So I guess that's the good news there. So with that taking effect, we did budget for a 15% increase actually when we budgeted for the budget year, or for this upcoming budget year. So we will be below what we budgeted for, but we always budget for kind of a worst case scenario. Well, hopefully worst case scenario, so that we don't end up in a situation where we don't have those funds, because then we'd have to try and find them somewhere else or add more to the levy for the next year. So that's kind of the news on that. I guess that's all I've got right now.
Gloria?
Just wanted to let everyone know that there's going to be a summer brush cleanup, next week. We have kind of short notice on this, but, brush has to be out, it's just like a regular brush pickup. Brush has to be out by 6 a.m. Monday morning. 7-foot lengths, 1 truckload limit per household. It's just residential properties only.
Anything else, Gloria?
No, that's it.
Darrell?
No, I don't.
Joe?
Just wondering, have you gotten any feedback on new garbage bags?
We've had a few of them get returned to us because the drawstring was pulling out of them, and we sent those bags back to the manufacturer that we brought in. And I would say if anybody has issues with them, bring them in and we'll give you a new roll of bags to replace the ones if they're faulty. And they're doing quality control to try and figure out what happened, because the ones we brought in, or that came in, you could just pull on them and it was like they didn't seal around the edge where the drawstring was. But what's funny is you go to the next box and we even tried, stepped on it and pulled as hard as we could and it would pull out. So I think they just had a bad run on a few of the bags, and unfortunately, it was the first time that they went out there, so there was an immediate response of, we want our old bags back. So I'd say give it a chance, if we continue to have problems, we'll look into them and, try and solve it, but just give it a chance.
As one person made that comment.
Yeah.
And, thanks for the support on the other project. That's gonna be a neat thing, I think. Good thing.
2 complaints, one with my wife.
Oh.
Complain about your watch, she's complaining about the bag. Oh, yeah. I don't know quite how to hit that, so. Just want to take care of that.
Yeah.
Anything else, Joel?
A couple of people up on 18th Street are the lights on the tower straightened out where they're not running during the day? There was still a question about that. Can we just pull the plug on them until we get it straightened out? But
They're trying to figure out what's going on. Honestly, they thought they had it fixed. There was a breaker that got thrown with the work that was being completed up there and finishing out a few things. They kept running into problems. They popped out probably about half of the bulbs to see if they could dim it down a little bit, because it's just really, really bright right now. So they're trying to
What are we
adjust
talking about?
the water tower.
the water tower lights.
Lights on the new
Oh,
tower.
yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, so they're.
Doesn't, looks like ET coming in from about 10 miles away.
Yeah,
So-
there's been a lot of people on 18th Street that have complained about it,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, we're trying to get that dialed in. Then the lights are off half the time because the timer's getting, I guess the breaker's getting thrown or something like that is what they told me. So they're trying to figure that out. And I've been talking with the engineer about trying to figure out what's going on there.
The other thing is, there's been quite a bit of truck traffic that people on 15th Street have complained about, semi-traffic and dump trucks going up that 15th Street. And there's concerns about, the road really wasn't made for truck traffic. We've got it marked down there on Highway 3 for no trucks. They're supposed to go up and around, and I don't know, I hadn't seen it personally, but I did see where there was a semi that was parked right up in front of REC Park. So, and I don't think they should, I don't think that's, are they able to park up there? I mean, I don't know where that 8 inches starts and where it stops on there. We just don't want to have that new street ruined.
Yeah, the real deep asphalt doesn't really go beyond Liguria. I mean, that's just meant to get them into Liguria.
Right, just so
And
they can
then-
turn in and get unloaded.
Then it's just 6 on 6 when you get further down there, so.
This is something the police are gonna have to
Yeah, I just bring it to their attention, there has been a lot of truck traffic going up and down through there. that,
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed it personally, but other people had, that,
Yeah.
so, other than that, I don't have anything.
John?
No, I don't.
Just like to express our condolences to the families with the tragedy that happened last weekend with their kids and stuff, and none of us here ever wanna go through that, especially those of us that have children, so. I can't even imagine how they feel. But from us here in city, our condolences, so.